What do I call him? The Amazing Kreskin? Come on.
Hello.
Hi, is this the Amazing Kreskin?
This is he. Yes. Who's calling, please?
Oh, this is Carol from the Reasonable Sanity podcast. And Ryan
Oh,
Tolkien
they were
was
supposed
ready.
to.
I'm sorry?
They were supposed to call at 9 o'clock. Is something wrong? Has something gone wrong?
Oh, no, everything's fine here. We're just
My
getting
schedule
ready.
was for 9 a.m. And a good thing you called. I was just about leaving to take a car away.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you picked up. I can bring him on over, though. He's already started the show.
He started the show.
Well, it's a live
Yeah,
show. It's a live show. And
Yes, I thought it was live. That's why when we knew it was going to be at 9 o'clock and he didn't call after 5 or 6 minutes, we thought something was wrong. Usually shows are done very, very promptly and responsibly.
Oh, yeah, we've
I'm here.
had some messes over here today, but I'm going to go ahead and transfer you over to the show, okay?
All right.
Here we go.
Just like that, I was that deep in a nature hole next to the highway delivering this baby, and it was amazing. So yeah, that was like this crazy Tuesday I had, and they actually are going to name their child Ryan Tolkien Salazar Sosa. So it's pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome. That was my Tuesday, so it was great. Anyways, looks like we got our queue going. So up next, we have a amazing longtime entertainer coming on. I won't hold back who it is any longer, but we will interview him right after this. And we are back. I'm Ryan Tolkien. This is Reasonable Sanity Podcast, and tonight we have an amazing guest. This guest has been performing for 7 decades. He is the world's foremost mentalist and has performed on shows including Johnny Carson, yes, the legendary Johnny Carson, Jimmy Fallon, Howard Stern, Regis and Kathie Lee, and tons of other things. You've been around forever. Welcome to the show, the Amazing Kreskin. Welcome to the show.
Ryan, I am so glad to hear your voice. I was leaving the house now to take a car into town because I thought we were going on live at 9 o'clock, and I thought there's something wrong with our hookup.
No, we actually had a rolling blackout in this area. It got real windy, so we just all of a sudden it set us back about 10 minutes. My apologies. We definitely try to run like a
but thank God,
machine.
Thank God everything is okay because
yes.
you sound like a most. By the way, I love the phrasing when they refer to you. They said you said you like to be in. You mentioned how there are certain things that you enjoy doing, and one of them is I gather one of them is interviewing people, but he says you can find me writing code. Now, do you write code, Ryan?
No, not exactly, but I have done some HTML classes, but it's been 20 years.
Yeah, and then you're running my podcast and watching my team. Now, do you have a sports team?
No, I've never really played sports. No, I
never have either.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's interesting what you meant when you said watching my team, and I thought, well, maybe he's doing something in the area of the underworld. I'm only joking, Ryan. I'm only kidding. By the way, I decided a long time ago, because I'm 88 years old and I'm as busy as ever, but I decided a long time ago that we're in tremendous trouble if we can't laugh at ourselves. And
absolutely.
With today, humor breaking down as much as it is, look at the amount of the Tonight shows that have lost millions of viewers and so forth. Well, when we mentioned the Carson show, having done, it's not 88, it's 66 shows I did with Carson. That 88 seems to be the rumor, but there were a lot of shows I did before they were listing the amount of performances. So there were 66 shows, and the one thing I have to say about the shows, which is not true today, and I think part of the reason why there is a death of viewing on nighttime, late night, the TV shows, and that is that shows are now being scenes are being repeated if things go wrong on the air. And believe me, in the days of Carson, the days of Mike Douglas, the days of Irv Griffin, things went wrong. We went on with the thing. I can remember the day I came on the show, and I was such a regular on the program that he said, well, here he is, Mr. Amazing. And I walk on.
Kreskin, hold on. Let me interrupt you just for a second. It looks like we got a line 2 that wanted to ask you a question. It's a Patreon supporter. Line 2, what's your question for the Amazing Kreskin?
Hi, Mr. Simon Baker. I used to watch you on The Mentalist all the time, and I was wondering what it was like working with Robin Tunney on that show. She's an amazing actress, and I watched all 7 seasons from front to back, top to bottom. What was it like to be on that show?
By the way, I liked it when Ryan interrupted and said I was telling a story and so forth, and then we had to drop the thing. By the way, you mentioned that. That's all right. It's not important. This is really not very important. But at the same time, you mentioned seeing me so many times on what's the show you mentioned?
The Mentalist. I know you're Mr. Simon Baker. You worked with Robin Tunney on The Mentalist?
Yeah. Well, just so you know, I never was on The Mentalist. Never in my entire life was I ever on The Mentalist. So, and I've done more shows than anybody related in my field.
You did 7 seasons.
With who?
Yeah, I don't.
On the show, this is Simon Baker, right? From The Mentalist?
No, this is Kreskin. You got the wrong person.
Kreskin, Mentalist.
That sounds Russian. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, I'm hanging up on this.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
It looks like line 3. Line 3. What's your question for the Amazing Kreskin?
Hi, Kreskin. It is an honor to talk to you.
By the way, I love it. I got to interrupt you right now. By the way, I have great respect for Ryan. I know he's not a heavy drinker, but if I don't know any better, I would suspect his entire staff is and drinks, because one person's calling me about another show that I never was on and so forth, and remembers all the time. But that's good. That shows that this show is live. And when,
I got all your appearances right, Kreskin. I remember back when you were on Stern, and God, what was it? It was like a there was a ton of people in the hallways and stuff like that. It was a holiday. Maybe it was Halloween or Thanksgiving or something, but there was a bunch of people there, and you did this big old reading there, and it was amazing. I actually known who you are. My father remembers you from Carson. I'm too young to know much about Carson, but
yeah. By the way, you folks that watch me every week, and of course all of you know about it, because it's been a number of years now that I've been on every single week with What's on My Mind on YouTube. On Facebook, and some of the things that have happened. I repeated one of the shows, and I know most of you watched me on the show, or you would and would have brought this up immediately, because I'm very proud of the show. I do it every Tuesday, and the show is seen all week. It's seen all week, and one of the shows. I had a repeat of the show in which I did a seance on Howard Stern's, and it was one of the wildest seances I ever did in my life, where tables were rotating all over the place. So I'm glad you folks. By the way, I'm glad you mentioned to me, and your staff mentioned the Facebook shows, because YouTube and Facebook has been I've reviewed movies, I've reviewed books, and I have a. I have over, I don't know how many millions of miles, more miles than most pilots have ever flown in their life, but I've traveled all over the world. So that was good.
Nothing but respect for you. Nothing but the absolute respect for you. Line 3, what was your question?
Is it my turn now?
Yes.
Hi, Kreskin. I'm a little young to have watched you on Carson, but I watched a YouTube compilation, and I love when you do with the envelope, when you guess what from the 3 words what's written inside. I was wondering, can you tell me what number I'm thinking of right now?
Oh no, I can't right now because you're not in the audience. You're not in front of me. But that's a very good question.
Well, no, I got to follow up. If you're so good at all these TV shows, how come you suck at podcasts so much?
Okay, Carol, cut him. Kreskin,
I'm so sorry. Let me.
No.
Anybody talk to
I was drinking.
No, Ryan.
So sorry, Kreskin.
No, Ryan. The gentleman, how come I did so many podcasts, so forth? I would have said one thing about the gentleman that wanted me to read his mind. There really isn't much to read.
Oh, take that line.
Got him.
Okay, Kreskin, if you could hold on just a second, the ad machine is blinking. This usually takes about 60 seconds-ish.
All right, I'll be holding on. I'll be here.
We'll be right back, everyone.
Today on Trash Talk with Dr. Bernice, Dr. Bernice talks to two best friends about a secret that one is keeping from the other.
So, Kevin, you have something you need to tell Rob?
So yeah, I've been in a relationship with your mother for the last 6 months.
Do what now? You son of a bitch! I'll kill you!
Oh, shoot, he's got a chair.
Oh my god, my face! I'm bleeding!
Then Dr. Bernice reveals to a couple if the husband is in fact their new baby's father.
So, according to the test results,
He is. He's the daddy.
Harold, you're not the father.
You bitch! I will kill you!
Here comes the chair, folks.
Oh, damn.
Oh, hell yeah, lady. You just got rocked by that chair.
There's so much blood.
Damn, this is good TV.
And finally, on a very special episode, Dr. Bernice discusses with a child the trauma of being bullied in school.
So tell me, sweetheart, what does your bully do to you every day at school?
Well, he calls me names and makes fun of me in front of my friends.
Well, tell me, honey, have you tried hitting your bully in the face with a chair?
No. We really do not encourage violence in our home at all. We have told him to never fight back. We think it is best to just tell a teacher about a bully instead.
Well, I don't allow no pacifist to come on my show and sass me, lady.
Wait, what?
Chair away!
Oh my god! I can't see! You threw that into my eye!
How'd you do that?
Help, I can't see! Oh god, help me!
Come on my show and trying to talk trash?
So if you like seeing problems solved with folding chairs, then tune in at 2 p.m. to watch a power hour of Trash Talk with Dr. Bernice.
I will kill you!
And we are back. I'm Ryan Token. This is Reasonable Sanity Podcast. We have the amazing Kreskin on with us. Thank you for joining us. He is one of the longest running entertainers we've ever had on our show for sure. So thank you, Kreskin.
Well, I'll tell you, my career has been like an adventure. The millions of anybody wants to know because we don't publicize my private shows, only the public ones, and I'm doing a multitude of private shows right now. But they can always go to www.amazingkreskin.com. So
yes,
that's where they find out that, and www.amazingkreskin.com. That's not my prison cell number. That's strictly how to get information on what's going on. And incidentally, I have not ceased and will not cease making one of the major features of my concerts, the check test, because as everyone has talked about all over the place, and if you saw the great Buck Howard, where John Malkovich plays me, one of the great features of my show is that check test. The risks that I go through, performers tell me, Kreskin, they would never be able to put up with such risks.
Yes. You know what? And that's what makes some of you, older or longer performing artists in general of any genre, you impress me because you still got the courage. It's not beaten out of you yet. So it looks like Line 5 has a question. Line 5, what's your question for the amazing Kreskin?
Hey, Kreskin, how's it going?
I'm still sober, which is good. Makes good sense.
So, I was calling because you're in my favorite movie, The Wake Up Calls with a Z. You
With
were
a
Dr.
Z?
Yeah, you were Dr. Dream.
Okay.
Yes.
You played a role as Dr. Dream in a movie?
Not that I've been in a number of movies, but I had a role in this movie, Dr. Z.
Dr. Dream.
What's your question, ma'am?
What are you dreaming about?
What do you mean? What am I dreaming about? What?
That's my question.
Okay. All right.
What am I dreaming about? I'm not dreaming right now. I'm wide awake.
Okay.
Oh, you mean in the movie? What am I dreaming about? Are you asking me? You're asking me what I'm dreaming about in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I don't know because I don't remember ever doing the movie.
Okay.
I
You're
don't remember
kind of an
ever doing the movie.
asshole.
Okay. Well, it looks like we're gonna go to line one. Carol, line one.
Yeah, that lady. By the way, that lady that came in that used the term asshole, she's being very self-descriptive.
Oh,
I mean, I don't want to be.
We're blocking her. She's blocked.
Yes.
No, don't block her. No. She. This is the lifestyle she has.
She should be censored.
Don't interrupt that. No. That's okay. Yeah, but I mean, when I think of the chick, I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. I thought I'd have something exciting to announce, but forget it. I'm not going to announce it.
Okay. No, go ahead, please.
No, I'd rather not. Go ahead.
You can't.
Just come on with the next topic. Whichever.
Okay. Line one. What's your question for Kreskin?
Oh, who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking on IMDb.com at all the movies you've been in, and IMDb.com says you're dead. Like, did you die in 2017, or is that like the Mandela effect?
Did I die and when?
2016, April 3rd.
Yes, I passed away then, but I'm coming back to life, and you're talking to a dead person. Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Gross.
It reflects your interest. Good for you.
Yeah, that was a weird one, and I apologize, Kreskin.
Well, no. I'm beginning to understand the nature of the people who follow your program. I think, and my degree's in psychology.
If you could give me any kind of clues on that, I would be grateful, because it is just the strangest group of people. Some of them are nice. Other ones have stalked me. I got beat up 3 weeks ago, and I'm pretty sure it was a guy who hates.
You say you got beat up? Did you say?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was by a guy who listens to the show. It's just a mess. I really shouldn't be doing this anymore, but I love it, so we keep doing it.
No,
so
don't. How long have you been doing your show?
Oh, Carol, 17, almost 18 years now.
Yeah.
And we podcast went for
that's something. That speaks that you have a long history in the business. And I have not planned to retire, having being 88 years old and what have you. And the things that are being planned right now regarding yours truly's career, but still the highlight of my performance is my check test. And I have never had more. John Malkovich, when he did the movie The Great Buck Howard and played me, he studied the scenes in the movie to get all my emotions down. I can't believe how perfectly people who know the business say to me, Kreskin, this man must have watched you for hours to have every motion that you make and every move.
Kreskin, who's John Malkovich? I'm not sure who that is. Is that an older actor? When did?
Yeah, John Malkovich is an older actor. He did a movie about 12, 14 years ago called The Great Buck Howard, which was great, very successful. And he played me in the movie. And actors and actors who know the business backwards and forwards will say, this guy just captured. He had even motions of mine.
Line 10, what's your question for Kreskin?
Oh, hi, hello. How are you? I'm such a big fan. Hi.
Thank you.
Hello.
Oh, was there something you wanted to ask me or no?
Yeah. Oh, well,
All
I'm
right.
sorry. Well, actually, I have more of a complaint. I was on your show Crossing Over about 15 years ago, and
What
you
was
made
what was the name of the show? What was the name of the show?
It was Crossing Over. And
Crossing
I was
Over?
on there. Yes. And you told me to marry my boyfriend because he was old and rich and he was going to die. And sir, he did not die, and I did not get rich. So I do not appreciate you, sir.
Well,
so I would like my money back.
By the way, I'm glad you called in because I don't appreciate you either. It's good that you feel this chip on your shoulder after all these many years, but that's okay. Keep up the good work. I foresee in your future. I'd rather not say what I foresee. Never mind.
Ooh,
but
sir,
anyway,
wow.
The callers
still,
sir.
If I say something that makes any
sense?
sense?
No, you cannot. You are scum. You are scum, sir.
No, I'm hanging up on this one.
Well. Disconnect. You 8 in here. 8. We know 8. 8. Line 8. You're
Well,
on.
excuse me, the Amazing Kreskin. Can you tell us what you were going to say to that person?
Can I tell you what?
Well, you said I'm going to tell you one thing, and then you didn't tell him, or her. I'm sorry. And can you just tell us what you were going to say?
It had to do with one of the most exciting moments of my career and he knows about it because I'm sure this is the major question he wants to ask me about. He said what and that's the question any time when I'm interviewed on networks, they say, what is going on with your check test? How is it going? And yes, I have failed now 12 times in my career. Everybody who knows about this, and anybody who doesn't know about this, doesn't know the business backwards or forwards because it's at their fingertips. In all my concerts, if the shows are an hour and a half to 2 hours in length, I have a highlight in my program where I gather from the audience a committee of 4 people who are strangers. And I take my check and hand it to them and say, this is my fee for the evening performance. It could be a couple $1,000. I don't know what the other amount is. Now I'm going to have another committee lead me out of the theater. And what happens is a couple of witnesses escort me from the theater. I'm outside the theater. And by the way, Ryan, I know if I asked you to do this, you'd be able to explain this in great detail. But without going into it, I'm outside the theater. And while I'm outside the theater, there to hide my check anywhere in the confines of the auditorium or what have you. Carnegie Hall, it was 2 balconies. Sometimes I perform outdoors, and there's a few thousand people. Private homes, they sometimes say, we'll give you the whole house. So anyway, when they've hidden it, I'm called back in, and the committee, who should be 4 people, I turn to them and say,
Line 6.
I'm not going to ask you any.
Oh, line 6. Line 6, you're on the air.
What was the remark? What is she?
What?
Hello.
Oh, no, yes, go ahead, ma'am. What's your question for the next second?
Kreskin, do you remember when we made Passionate Love 45 years ago in the theatre? Yes. And Johnny was there, and he came along and he stuck it in my backside.
Ryan,
yes.
Ryan,
yes.
do you think I can finish explaining?
Bastard children now.
I'm sorry. What was that? What was that question? Go ahead.
Can I finish explaining the test that I do in my show that causes so much
Well, this nice lady on the phone was trying to say something.
Did you know this lady? She said she knew you from the theater days.
She knew me from the theater days. Is that why you interrupted me in the middle of? That was a very professional thing to do, to interrupt a person when they're telling a story.
Oh, that was me.
What's your problem, ma'am?
Yeah, Carol. What's your problem, Carol?
Oh no, I think he's talking to.
Okay. I thought he was finally going to lean into you because I need some help leaning into Carol. She messes up a lot of stuff around here. Anyways, ma'am, what was your question?
When I tell you the places that my check has been hidden, but you know what? Let's postpone this and wait to another time, maybe 2 or 3 months from now, and we'll do the show again. Some of the stories are absolutely riotous, and how my life was saved about 3 or 4 weeks ago is a story in itself, which I've gotten calls from all over the world. So let's postpone this. We'll do this 2 or 3 months from now, okay? Because the people that are calling in right now, they're not making much sense to me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I do got one question though, without going to the lines. I do got one question. So mentalism, are you actual like magic, or is it like, like trick magic, or do you have powers?
I have an offer. I have an offer. Can I answer the question? Is it possible for me to answer something without being interrupted? I've never done a show like this before, but I would like to do this maybe a year from now or so. But at the same time, I have an offer.
I'm going to interrupt right now because
can I finish my remark and answer your question?
I have to interrupt right now because that's just not.
Can I answer your question?
Yes, you may answer my question.
No,
that's Carol's.
No, he has to shut up now. He's been talking an awful lot. Just tell him to shut the fuck up for a minute. I'm sorry.
Powers? Do you have powers or not, Kreskin, or is it magical?
I have an offer.
Okay.
That I've made publicly to anyone who can prove that I employ paid secret assistants or electronic devices to accomplish what I do. I will simply pay $1 million.
So
nobody in all these years.
Hold on.
Can I finish what I'm saying? Can I finish what I'm saying?
I want to finish because you took
you know what? I'll talk to you. Let's plan this in the future because
one thing. Teller once said you could do magic without lying, and that is what you should do, sir. Goodbye. day, mister.
Thank you very, very much. Have a good evening, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for coming on. Good night.
I'll never do the show again. Never again.
Oh, you said in 2 months. We have it on recording.